Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that good? Welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Working the two in the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every girl, rubber rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Crazy. I forgot to add myself to the stage, guys. I'm sorry. What is up? It is Thirsty Thursday. Derek Gervin's going to be on his way in a little bit. We're seeing if Coach Jill would join us tonight. It's the Thirsty Thursday edition of Sweep the League. How's everybody doing out there? You know what? It's Thursday. You know what Thursday is for us here? It's AMA night. You ask us anything. You want to bring up a topic you guys want to talk about? We'll talk about with whatever you guys want to talk about tonight. So if you got topics, drop them in the comments. We've also definitely got the number working for you guys. Give us a call here on the Sweep the League line, 830-499-1852. Again, 830-499-1852. Shout out to MCS General Contracting. Shout out to Special Leaf, La Cocina Taco Truck, all proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Also, shout out to Jeff Garcia, Locked On Spurs. We partnered up with Jeff, and you know what? We do a lot of Locked On topics here. We're going to be covering more Locked On topics as you hear them from Jeff Garcia, a Locked On Spurs. We're going to have him on next week as well. So, again, shout out to Locked On Spurs, a good supporter of Sweep the League. Always supporting us. We're going to support Jeff 100% of the time. Who do we have in the chat right now? Of course, we've got our usuals. Love you guys out there. Tim Gonzalez. I know the Tar Heels still suck. You know what, Tim? All I can say is scoreboard. You know, Tar Heels are better than the Blue Devils night in and night out. That's what I'm going to get out here. Chris Gonzalez, the Nighttime League. Welcome back, Chris. I appreciate you joining us again here on Sweep the League. Tim, I really hope you saw AEW Dynamite last night. I sure did. We're going to get into that talk as well. JC, Special Leaf, JC himself. Evening from a plane, leaving Charlotte, going to the best city in the USA, San Antonio. Come on back home, man. We need you 100% of the time. Tim, what was the finish last night? What was that finish last night, Lame? I only saw the one match. So you guys got to give me the AEW rundown. Sith Elias, hey, Down for the Count is back on Monday. Again, Sith and Big Poppy Brandon Medina, they come to you every Monday night after Raw, 10 minutes after Raw is done. They're going to get you up to date on all the WWE taking. So let's show them some love. Sith, appreciate you joining on here. Let's bring on the guys here. We've got the man, Coach Gio. He's here, looking slimmer in that long sleeve shirt, man. Looking good there, looking real good.
Well, I've been hitting the gym, Rudy. You know me. This summer, trying to get that summer body for next summer.
Oh
So
man, I'm still 2 summers away, man. I'm definitely 2 summers away. I got to hit the gym as well. Let's bring on our other host here at Sweep the League. And Joe, we made the change last night with Megan Price on the show. Shout out to Megan. And whenever we talk to Derek and we bring him on, we have to introduce him as Hall of Famer Derek Gervin. That's what we're going with here on Sweep the League. So Hall of Famer Derek Gervin.
Thank you.
Hall of Famer.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Hall of Famer Derek Gervin. So that's what, man. How you doing, Derek? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Good. I'm doing fantastic. I'm trying to get this thing going here for a second. Give me a second here. I'm trying to adjust all this stuff. We actually made changes to Sweep, so that's why you're kind of seeing a little bit of things here and there. So forgive us on that ourselves. But last night was a great show. We had Megan Price, WNBA talk on Wednesday. That was fun. We had a lot of people on the chat. Appreciate everybody joining us. Tonight's AMA night for us. It's Thirsty Thursday. You guys have a topic you want to drop it in the comments. We'll get to that topic. But first things first, man. I want to bring up something here that I saw earlier today that kind of riled up a lot of people. This first segment, guys, going to be brought to you by MCS General Contracting. Shout out to MCS, man. Great sponsors of Sweep the League. Foundation. You got to have a great foundation 100% of the time. When you start your family, family starts with the great foundation. Building your first home, any home, foundation is the key. The guys over at MCS General Contractor are taking care of you. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Give them a call. This first segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting. This list, gentlemen, ESPN decided, you know what? Let's throw some stuff on the wall, see what sticks. And we've got 100 athletes, and these are the rankings. We don't see a Spur until number 16, but I want to get into this ranking for a minute here. Let's go through a couple of them here. Michael Phelps, number 1. I really can't argue with Michael Phelps at 1 as the best athlete. Serena Williams at 2. Again, I cannot argue with that. Serena at 2. Lionel Messi, nah, I can't. I can argue number 4 all damn day. At number 4, I can argue that. Tom Brady, okay, I can go with Brady. Federer, Simone Biles. I really can't argue a lot of these people. Tiger Woods, Usain Bolt, Kobe Bryant at 10. That's probably got to ruffle a little bit of feathers. Novak Djokovic, Nadal.
Wait. Where's the GOAT? Michael Jordan.
So this is of the 21st century is what they're saying.
Okay.
Which I don't understand that as well, because didn't Jordan technically play into the 21st century?
No, we don't talk about those 3 years. Just leave them alone, Rudy.
Okay, so Curry, Kate Ledecky, then we get Timmay at 16. So that's what I said. Wow, when you had Timmay at 16, I said wow on that. But over and over the list, do you think they pretty much got the first maybe 8, maybe 10 right? I argue LeBron more than anything. I don't think he's number 4, to be honest with you. I mean, what do we think about the list so far?
I think the list is pretty good. I mean, LeBron at number 4. I mean, Rudy, he is one of the great athletes of his time. I mean, let's just be real.
If you're gonna have Tim Duncan, I have Duncan over LeBron. I mean,
as an athlete,
though, Rudy.
Oh, you guys got to correct me on that.
Because what you guys done, I'm gonna question number 5. Tom Brady, the 5th best athlete.
So yeah, that's another one too. Is Tom? So hey, if you want to have the best winners, hey, I have no problem right there with Tom Brady being up there. But athlete to me, I mean, look, Tom has done a lot for his body. You know, he's gone over that over the last decade.
Yeah,
he's really put himself in really good shape. But athlete to me starts from the beginning to end, and I don't see Tom being a great athlete.
We didn't see Tom outrun not one player to get out the
That's
pocket.
what I'm saying. Listen, I respect Tom, right? I respect Tom a lot. I haven't forgiven him for beating the Rams twice in the Super Bowl. But as an athlete, I just don't see Tom. Roger Federer, Rudy, you know, we were talking about tennis a few weeks ago. Outstanding athlete. That sport is tough.
And that's what I'm saying. Going over the list, I expected to see numerous Olympians, numerous tennis players, numerous soccer players. Those 3 sports, when it comes to athletes, they did dominate the list. All of them dominated the list. There was a ton of soccer players, ton of tennis players, a ton of Olympians out there. That was a key for me. But some of these guys on the list, I mean, like Derek mentioned, Tom Brady at 5. I mean, the guy was running from the commissioner on Deflategate. I mean, that's probably the most running he's done in his entire career. Was that?
What number is Usain Bolt at, Rudy?
I believe Usain Bolt was number 9. Yeah, number 9.
I think that's a little low, but
I think it's a little low. Are they kidding me?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I think he should actually be at least top 5.
Well, yeah. I mean,
As an athlete, number 9.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, Tom. Are they putting Tom because of Super Bowls? I mean,
well, yeah, they're saying because Tom is the GOAT when it comes to winning in Super Bowls and in the NFL, but and that's the list. Let's go to the top. I'm going back to the top.
Hey, Rudy, if Brady were to race Gronkowski would look like Usain Bolt.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really agree with Tom. See, Tom's in that team sport, right? Football is different to me. NBA, okay, LeBron, number 4 is fine, whatever. But Usain Bolt, he's got to be top 5.
I would say so. There's no. I mean, I have a problem now. I had a problem because, and this is the reason why I brought up LeBron at 4, because if you're going to put Brady at 5 for winning, because we know Brady's not an athlete, technically he's not an athlete, then you should give more love to guys like Duncan and all them, because LeBron at 4, as athletic as he is, winning is not in his nature when it comes to titles. If they're going to base Brady off of titles, you got to show more love to other people than LeBron at number 4. That's my argument. That's the argument that I'm making. That's why I don't like that Bron's at 4 if you got Brady at 5. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, Rudy. Tom's got to be. If you want to put Tom on the list, that's fine, but not in this.
Tom Brady over Federer and Simone Biles. Oh my goodness, man.
Over Tiger. I mean, golf is you have to be an athlete in golf.
Rudy, I can understand over Tiger possibly because of the golf, and you walk to the holes and all that. But I mean, come on, man. Then you got Kobe as an athlete. Number 9 is Usain Bolt, and 10 is Kobe. Neither one of them in the top 5.
Exactly.
I don't really agree, and it's just.
I mean, even Nadal and Djokovic.
I don't agree with Djokovic over Nadal either as an athlete.
Nadal, holy cow,
dude! Those French Opens. Go watch the tape. I think he won at 14 French Opens on that clay surface where you're kind of sliding around.
Wasn't it a while there for Nadal that when he was playing on clay, they pretty much basically etched the trophy already with his name?
For 10, 11, 12. Yeah. The other people didn't even have to show up.
Yeah, have to show up.
It was like Bird when he walked in. I'm just seeing who's playing for second when it came to Clay and Nadal.
Was ESPN just bored, Rudy? They were just.
I don't know, because at 14, Steph Curry. I mean, athlete. It's athlete.
That's Steph is not 14. They're giving Steph the benefit of the doubt as an athlete. Steph is slow as you and I. Exactly. Or me. How about me? I won't say you.
Well, no, I mean, I'm the slowest out of all 3 of us. I guarantee that.
A good shooter, but as an athlete, I'm kind of quiet. He's over Katie Ledecky. Oh my goodness.
I know Ledecky even at 15 is like, what are you doing? That's why I said if you're gonna rank that, and then you have Shaq at 17. I mean,
what about Tim over Shaq as an athlete?
I take that. I would.
Well, yeah. I would. I don't know. Orlando Shaq was
okay.
Orlando Shaq
was pretty athletic, and then when he got to LA, maybe had a few extra tacos there, right? Was kind of getting up there. And then Miami was really
they
big.
Don't serve good tacos in LA. What are you talking about? Come on,
stop it! Really, a lot of Mexican food in LA.
It's not the Tex-Mex that we're used to in San Antonio, which is the
not
good
everybody.
food.
Not everybody wants to eat Tex-Mex, Rudy. Some people want shrimp tacos and Baja tacos. Okay,
We've got shrimp tacos. We've got Baja tacos. We've got everything under the sun, man. Don't give me that crap about California Mexican food, Texas Mexican food. You know what? The best resides in the 210, and that's all I got to say. That's all I'm going to say right there. There's no debate. There's no ESPN top taco ranking because there's only one place, and that's 210. That's it right there. So we're gonna end that conversation on that. But even like Lewis Hamilton for auto racing, it's athletic. But
I'm sorry, Aaron Donald got
that.
Aaron Donald, I've seen his workouts. That guy needs to be much higher.
Yeah, much higher than 20.
Yeah,
he's right there with Dan Taurasi. Are you kidding me?
You look at his workout. Hell, I'm throwing him in the top 6.
Sidney
exactly.
Crosby's another one. Albert Pujols.
Again, Pujols as an athlete. Now, take away the bat. You got some Gold Gloves in there, 2-time Gold Glove winner. But take away the bat. Is Pujols an athlete? I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Mike Trout's a better athlete than Pujols.
Exactly. There's other guys on here now. Mayweather. He's athletic because he can run from guys. I know he runs from guys, so we can give him that much. Peyton Manning at 26, exactly. The most famous rush that Peyton ever had.
They have him over
against the Cowboys.
They have him over Randy Moss.
Look at Randy. Randy's at 27.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Peyton
Novak Djokovic.
Peyton Manning over. Wait now. Who made this list?
ESPN, Derek. The 4-letter network. I've got another 4-letter word that I'd love to use that I can.
Oh man, they must have been down the Sky Bar somewhere before they did this.
How long was the list?
100. I think it was 100 or 50.
They should have never done 100. They should have never done that much, Rudy. It should have been a simple list.
Guess who made the top 30? Look at number 28. Exactly. I mean,
my guy, but come on.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most, if not the most dominant dominant NBA player right now, but an athlete.
Jokic couldn't outrun Anthony Pig Miller.
I was gonna say, well, I mean, if that's the case, man, I want to see a race between Jokic, Brady, and Oliver Miller. That would be my ideal race right there.
And some high jump as well. Don't leave out the high jump because if one of them gets over the curb, then I'm giving them some credit.
That's amazing. I like that. Which one can jump over the curb 3 times? That would be the challenge right there, man. Again, Michael Schumacher. Now Mike Trout comes in at 30.
Oh, there's Mike Trout.
Yeah, I mean at 30.
I've never seen this list, Rudy. This is my first time.
Yeah, I saw it at the end of the day is when I saw it. Miguel Cabrera, 33. I mean, okay. Tamika Catchings, Dwayne Wade at 35.
Oh, wait a minute.
Dwayne Wade should be higher at least.
Dwayne Wade, 35. Miguel Cabrera from my Detroit Tigers over Dwayne Wade.
That's wild to me.
Now, you tell me as an athlete how Dwayne Wade is number 35, but you got LeBron. That LeBron is number 4. When LeBron went to play with Dwayne Wade.
I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
It make sense. We got to make it.
Athlete, Wade is only 6'4". He blocked more shots than any guard that ever played.
Exactly. Chris Gonzalez, I think this list is about who probably them with the most news coverage and money. It feels like a popularity list, not exactly an athletic list. I agree with that. Tim wants to know where is Eli Manning ranked. We have yet to hit Eli, but if Peyton's ranked, I think Eli.
Where's Daniel Jones?
Well, Danny's not on there yet. He's not on there yet. He needs another year of cooking. He's always got to drop that in, just like Tim's good for the Tar Heel stuff.
Did you see the video that the coach Brian Daboll said, "Hey, I would move up to get Daniels."
Yeah, no, I did see that. We got to MA again. It's Thirsty Thursday. It's AMA night. I can't even talk. AMA night for questions. You guys want to drop a question? We'll get to it here. Let's get to our first one here. Travel stories from JC. On the road with a team builds relationship. What was a memorable trip with someone that you'll never forget? So we'll go around the horn on this one with Derek first. Derek, a memorable trip with somebody that you never forget.
Mine is actually a friend I talked to yesterday. His name is Fred Manson. Before I went to play in Europe, I went on a touring team. That's how I got to Europe. We had a team called Team Larios Gin. So we went over to Spain, and I went with Fred, and I went with Ron Brewer, who used to play with Arkansas and played in the NBA several years, and Wes Matthews, who used to be waving that towel for the Lakers. And I'm sure some people remember him being choked out by Xavier McDaniel. Going over there, and this is a quick one. I went with Fred, G.O. We went to, you know how you get to your hotel and you get comfortable, you throw your stuff on the bed, the bags, and then you head out. So I go with Fred, and somehow we end up going around the corner to have lunch. And we sit down and we eat lunch. We eat a really nice lunch, and we had a different hotel. And Fred yells out, when it's time to pay the bill, he points and tells the guy to put it on the room. He like, room ski. Remember we in Spain, room ski. And he's putting our bill on somebody else's tab. And that's the first time I ever saw that in my life, man.
Oh, my God. Really? Oh, my God. There's a good travel for you right there. Gio, you got a good traveling I've got one that I can't say on air, but I've got another one I think I can come up with. But what do you got as far as traveling? Because JC wants to know here.
Traveling. Let me see. I'm trying to think here. I'm running a blank.
You just went to Grand Rapids, my man. You might have met one of my high school teammates there. He's a referee in Grand Rapids now.
Grand Rapids was fun, but I wouldn't say it was a memorable trip. Get back to me on that, Rudy.
I'll get back to you. So a memorable trip for me, I think the most memorable one for me was as a kid, and I think I've told Derek the story before, driving with my family to Las Vegas. We would go every summer and we would drive. So back then it was literally a 26-hour drive because the speed limit was like 55, 60 miles per hour at the most as you could drive. But I think it was those late nights driving with my dad, everybody asleep. And I'm always asking my dad, hey, you know what? Give me your best player, your favorite NBA players. Who would you start a team with? And it's crazy because you would think my pops is like, oh, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. His first guy that he loved, my dad was a major fan of JoJo White from the Boston Celtics. And, I would never forget to this day. It's like, Dad, who's your favorite player? I love JoJo White. And Derek's always told me how JoJo and George, are really good friends, really close friends. And, that was a memorable stuff for me, talking to my dad, sports talk all the time, hearing about JoJo White, Tommy Nobis from San Antonio. I mean, just getting all those old school stories. And that's kind of my memorable stuff for me. The other one I can't say happened in Vegas when I was bowling in Vegas and I did something in a casino that I'm not supposed to do, but I don't have a record or anything. There's no record. It never happened.
Just give me the name of the casino already. I'll find out.
I can tell you the name of the casino. It happened at the Showboat. So good luck at finding that because the Showboat no longer exists.
So did they change the carpet or what?
No. If you guys are really going to get this out of me, if we're going to get this out, basically what happened was I was dared to run through the casino a certain way. And at that time, there was a $500 on the table. My bail would be paid if I was to have gotten arrested. Wink, wink, I did. And at the top of that, meals were free the rest of the week.
So there was a mugshot? There's a mugshot, Rudy?
No. I wasn't booked. I was kind of detained is what it was.
The Mel Morgana. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so shout out to the Showboat Casino.
Streak. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
I won't be able to top Rudy's story.
Yeah, I won't. I never recovered my my boxers, put it that way, from the elevator. So we'll leave it at that pretty much. We'll stop at that. We'll stop.
Well, for my story, I'm gonna say when I was younger, my family used to go up to the Pocono Mountains over there in Pennsylvania, and we used to go there at least once a year. And we would drive from New York all the way to Pennsylvania, which isn't too far for a trip. So I would think that's probably more of a memorable trip growing up with my family members. I did take a trip to Athens, Georgia, to watch the Dogs play. That was a good, memorable trip. But I've already seen Georgia play before. Yeah.
There you go, man. Those are the memorable trips we got. Where's Ronaldo 9 or Ronaldinho Diano, the Brazilian? I don't know. We still got to go through this. We're going to go through this list here a little bit more before we go to a commercial break. Ichiro at 37, Maya Moore at 36, Barry Bonds at 38. Come on. Like,
he's got to be higher, actually, now that I think about it. Bonds? But I guess what they're doing is it's the 21st century, though, already. So this is after Pittsburgh. I thought in Pittsburgh he was probably more of a athlete. Obviously, his head got really big and his muscles got bigger. So he was stiffer.
Use steroids on the head.
Dirk 41. Next to Dirk's picture, this should be a picture of Tom Brady. 41.
Yeah. So Brady should be in the 40s. I mean, Giannis as an athlete, I would say needs to be higher.
Yeah, I would put him higher.
Much higher than 42.
Yeah. Mikhail Shifrin-Skeen, Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz at 45. I mean,
alleged steroid user, whatever.
Yeah, alleged steroid user. You get a lot of soccer, which again,
let me see this.
Steve
Nash.
51.
As an athlete, wait a minute. Now hold on.
There we go.
You telling me the top Steve Nash is one of the top 100 athletes?
Yeah. That's what it says.
Goodness, man. I don't even know if Steve Nash is a better athlete than Tom Brady.
But Derek, the list is too long, Derek. 100?
You gotta get 100.
And it's insane when you talk. I'm like, come on, man.
I'm doing 100 people. Just do like 20 or something. Why would we need to see 100? Well, Adrian Beltre, really?
I mean,
below Steve Nash though as an athlete.
Yeah, Derek Jeter at 53. I mean, that to me he needs to be higher, even though he's one of the most overrated athletes
Stop
ever.
it, Rudy. Show some respect.
Wait a minute, Rudy. What did you just say?
I've said before that I think Derek Jeter is one of the most overrated athletes.
Are you serious?
To a certain extent, yeah. I actually am.
Goodness.
I actually
Stop it, Rudy. Show some respect.
I'm not a Derek Jeter fan, but I mean, come on, Rudy. Now I usually agree with you. I can't agree with you on that one. Derek Jeter is one hell of a player.
He's one hell of a player. I've never ever said he's not a hell of a player. But if you put Jeter and this is my part here.
Look at my hand, man. Do you remember that? Do you remember that toss? That toss?
No, Derek. That toss right there against the Athletics and the catch where he's diving into the stands are his two most memorable, plays when it comes to baseball. If you put Derek Jeter on the Tampa Bay Rays or the Milwaukee Brewers, are we talking about Derek Jeter the way we are as a New York Yankee? I don't see it.
But that's not fair, Rudy, because you have to have good players to win. I mean,
Mike Trout, can you consider Mike Trout one of the greatest of all time? Yeah, he's never won. So I mean, you can't use that you have to have good players to win. I know you have to have good players to win. But Mike Trout has never had the teams that have won, yet we still consider Mike Trout as one of the greatest of all time.
I mean, Jeter did win MVP in
I was going to say, who started
Series.
the drink? Who was the spoon that started the drink for the Yankees? It was only two guys. Even Bernie Williams was really a great player. But when you talk about the Yankees, it's Jeter and Mario Rivera.
Mariano, yeah.
And 14 All-Star appearances, Rudy. I mean,
again, it's an argument that I've had with myself. I've had with other people. That's a good thing about sports. It's all opinionated, and that's the way I feel about it.
Are you just going by speed in his case?
For athletes?
For Jeter.
For Jeter as an athlete or just
He can
overall?
get off the ground. Yeah, he can side to side. That's part of being an athlete. He wasn't the fastest guy, but he's a pretty good athlete.
So Jeter needs to be higher on the list as an athlete, way higher.
Yeah, higher.
I will agree. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Jeter at 53, it's wrong. He needs to be way higher. As an athlete, I respect the hell out of Derek Jeter as an athlete. I really do. His accomplishments speak for themselves. When I say overrated, I look at him as, okay, if Jeter is on one of these other teams, are we still talking about Derek the same way that we are as him as a Yankee?
Let me bring up one guy for you. I'm going to go to basketball, and then you can answer it yourself.
Okay.
What do you think about Tony Parker?
As far as being overrated or as far as...
If you put it, is Tony overrated to you or underrated?
If I had to choose between either one, he's overrated.
Overrated?
Overrated for me.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to put Tony on another team, prime Tony, I don't know if he has the same success. I mean, he scores. I won't lie. He's going to be one of the scoring point guards, but I don't know if he has the same success.
Pretty. So if you put Derek Jeter, so you're saying any other MLB team?
Not just any, but give him. I mean, obviously, if you put him on Boston, I mean, they've got a squad already. At the time, if you even went to even the White Sox were, kind of dominant at that time. If you put him on one of the teams that is mediocre to lower, then yeah, I mean, are you really talking about Derek the same way? That's my key. Now, the Parker thing. Let me get to the Tony Parker thing. You have people out there that fully believe that Tony Parker is a better point guard and will forever be a better point guard than Steve Nash. We've had that conversation before, Derek. We've had people say, and they've legitimately argued with us that Steve Nash is not better than Tony Parker. I can't buy it.
I don't know if he is. I know he was more popular than Tony Parker, but I don't know if Steve Nash was an overall better player. He was a fancier passer and all that, but I'm like Gio. It's kind of hard to slight guys because of the teams, the Derek Jeter, if he was on another team. That's like saying if LeBron was on the Wizards, not the Cavaliers, the Wizards, he wouldn't be the same. If Jordan was on the worst team in the league back then when he played, he wouldn't be the same. So a lot of times you have to look at the player. The reason I give Jeter so much credit is because he was surrounded basically by an all-star cast, but he was the leader of that cast.
God, I can respect that. And we have Chris Gonzalez. A-Rod was a better hitter. Nomar was a better fielder, and Jeter was in the right place at the right time. And that's
right place at the right.
Well, yeah,
Gio. Don't you like being in the right place at the right time?
I always tell Rudy, look, especially in the NFL, it matters where you go, right? It matters.
It does.
Where you get drafted, what team, what organization. Sometimes there's a little bit of luck sprinkled in. Not every player is going to be a kind of, face of the league. You got to have players that kind of fall in that right spot. I mean, look at this. Not to bring up my Rams, but the Rams draft Puka Nacua, Rudy, right?
Yeah.
In the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Puka's draft grade wasn't very good. I'm just going to leave it at that, right?
It was terrible. It was terrible.
But what quarterback does he fall to, Rudy? Matthew Stafford, right? And Puka has a historic rookie season as well as a historic playoff game there. It matters where you go, the coaches, all that stuff. But to Derek Jeter, sure, if he played for the Colorado Rockies at that time, does his career fan out? Maybe, probably not, right? But he ends up going to the Yankees, the old evil empire. And, 14 All-Star appearances. He did finish runner-up in the MVP once, I believe.
Yeah,
he did win a World Series MVP, I think back in 2000. So,
hey, y'all have to excuse me. I'm looking at this 57 here.
Exactly. I saw that right now.
I know I'm from the guy they call Megatron. It's number 57 as an athlete, and you had to put 2 or 3 guys around him. That is crazy.
I don't know if kids remember Megatron the way
Dude,
we do.
I remember a game. I don't know if it's against the Cowboys.
If it's
They
the
had
200-yard game, yeah, it's
Well,
the Cowboys.
yes, but they had 2 guys on him in the red zone.
Yes.
Like that's 2 guys. Megatron, I mean, just in his prime was just unbelievable. The size too. I mean, he was such a big receiver, could get down the field.
Can you Derek, you being from Detroit, you're obviously a Lions fan. How crappy is it to know that 2 of the best NFL players in football history just had to go through what they went through because Detroit wouldn't allow them to just switch teams and go to an organization? I mean, we missed out on massive yardage when it came to Barry. We missed out on prime Megatron. I mean, they gave Detroit everything they could, and it just wasn't working.
Man, I won't even go. I'm so frustrated. I won't even go into it today because it'll take up the whole show. But I mean, we've had coaches like Wayne Fonts, etc. I'll just say,
they never gave Barry I mean, listen, he had a decent run because remember they got to the NFC Championship game against those Redskins. They blew them out, but after that, I mean, Barry didn't have a coach. They never got him enough. They had good talent. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they had a pretty decent and that offensive line. Lomas Brown. I mean, they let Lomas Brown walk too. So they had guys there. It's just you need to surround him. And then Calvin. I mean, he was stuck there with Stafford. I mean, Stafford finally was able to get out of there. You know, they threw Stafford a bone and sent him to L.A., but that organization for a long time it's where people went to kind of die to a certain extent.
It's the worst. I mean, I'm being honest, man. It's one of the worst organizations. And you notice how many Super Bowls have we been to?
Yeah, none. But you're gonna get your first win this year as they're my Super Bowl.
But not if the LA Rams don't have something to say about that, Rudy.
They ain't saying jack about it. I'm
telling you right now, Stafford.
I get it. You're gonna sell me on you're worse than the damn door salesman that hit up my house every damn day trying to sell me the same thing.
Did you see that NFL list?
They just had I'm sorry, Gio. They just had an off year last year. Don't think Matthew Stafford and those guys are going to disappear.
We were supposed to rebuild last year, Rudy. That's what I kept hearing from you and everybody else. The Rams are rebuilding.
Did you not see my preseason mock for the season? I had the Rams #1 in the NFC. Gio.
And then you have us losing against Detroit again.
I had you losing to Detroit. I'm sorry. I had you losing to Detroit.
Would Aaron Donald retire, though, if he thought things were looking up?
Aaron's different. Aaron's one of those guys that I've always known, at least the last few years, he wasn't going to play for very much. Because, look, Aaron wants to do other things besides football. And also, he's accomplished, Derek.
Oh,
everything he's wanted. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He has won. He's a 9 or 10 time first team All Pro. I mean,
I have him over Ray Lewis. Just me personally.
Oh yeah. So it comes down to what else is he really playing for? I would have loved. Don't get me wrong. Love to see him back. Get these young guys. The Rams were pretty young in the draft, especially up front. He's not going to be there, but they have Kobe Turner, some guys coming back, obviously. But Aaron Donald in this list should listen. Top 10. They got this James Harden.
Hey, no, you're right, because it says athlete.
Athlete.
As an athlete, he's top 10.
And James Harden. Okay, what does this list is starting to get?
Wait, I mean, Phil Mickelson. Okay, I got it. So Harden and Phil Mickelson. So okay.
Yeah, we're before we go to commercial break, let's go to the restroom real quick.
Manny Pacquiao should be higher at least.
Did you see the guys they got over Jason Kidd? Jason Kidd might be the fastest point guard from end to end that ever played in the NBA.
I'm willing to bet Jason Kidd can outrun Phil Mickelson with Mickelson in a golf cart. I mean, I'm sure that can happen. Now, if you put Harden in a golf cart, that golf cart ain't moving very far.
Why is Harden there instead of Westbrook?
I don't know, but if you're
Have
talking
we not seen Westbrook
athletes,
yet?
we have not. Athlete-wise, Westbrook is a better athlete than James Harden.
Westbrook a better athlete than most of this list.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah,
I'm putting him and
definitely.
Aaron Donald. Hey, Gio, we can take over this list. We putting Aaron Donald
Should we-
and Westbrook way up near the top. I
Chris
mean, come on.
Paul.
Chris Paul's at 83. Lauren Jackson at 84. I mean,
Kawhi actually should probably be a little high.
A
Kawhi
little
should be
high.
higher.
Yeah, a little high. Yeah.
To have
mean,
Venus at
Venus
86
at
just seems wrong.
86.
Just seems wrong because her sister's was what, number 2 already?
yeah.
And she's all the way down that low? I mean, I get it, but
Let's correct
And
that. We got
80,
Aaron Rodgers
seven
at 91.
7 Grand Slam titles, still playing today.
Yeah.
80 is kind of disrespectful.
yeah,
Ronaldinho is at number 94. He should
Wow.
be way up there.
Out of
Way up
100.
there. And to crack the last three, Connor McDavid, Ed Reed at 99, and Charles Woodson at 100. Why are you putting Charles Woodson at 100?
Wow.
That is
so no Westbrook.
no Westbrook.
In the
Apparently,
top
Westbrook.
100.
This is a list that is, it's crap. I'm going to call
Wow.
it what it is. It
No
is
Russell
crap.
Westbrook in the top 100 athletes.
Yeah. Not even in the top 100 athletes
It's
at all.
ESPN. I don't really make any much.
Yeah, it's hard to take anything serious from coming out right now. Tim Gonzalez, we're gonna get to your question here in a minute. We're late, super late for a commercial break here for Sweep the League. It is AMA tonight. You can ask us anything you want. Guys are asking left and right. We went over the ESPN list of the top 100 quote unquote athletes, even though Tom Brady's at 5, and most of these athletes can be outran by myself and Coach Gio and Derek easily. We're more athletic than a lot of these guys. But hey, if you can't be athletic, what do they say? Be an athletic supporter. This is Sweep the League. We will be right back in just a second. Hey guys, are you ready for a flavor explosion? Look no further than La Cocina Taco Truck, serving up the best street tacos and quesadillas in New Braunfels. With a 5-star rating and rave reviews, they're not just a taco truck. They are a taste sensation. La Cocina staff is the best in town and pride themselves on making every customer feel like family. Whether you're feeding a crowd or just satisfying your own cravings, they've got you covered because no order is too big or too small for them there. Louis and his staff are all about customer satisfaction and they love their community. Don't worry, San Antonio friends. They're just a short trip away to New Braunfels. So why wait? Come visit La Cocina Taco Truck today and taste the difference for yourself. That's La Cocina Taco Truck, where every bite is a fiesta. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting, building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.
Timmay, you did it.
Wemby, the king is crowned. Wemby, king is crowned. Future of the league, and he's wearing it proud. We playing justice, playing checkers, no contest. Wemby's got the game on lock, and he's making it statement. I'm talking about Wemby, the next in line. Future of the league, and he's shining fine.
All right, welcome back to Sweep the League. Coach Gio, Hall of Famer Derek Gervin, and the non-Hall of Famer Rudy Campos Jr. coming back to you live here. at the Sweep the League studios. The Wemby song is out now, gentlemen. I give updates on the Wemby song because our great producer Shemaya always sends me the updates. And can we say that we've accomplished something, something at Sweep the League? Again, all of our sponsors, MCS General Contracting, Special Leaf Tea, La Cocina Taco Truck, and anybody else that wants to jump on, we've got the music side of Sweep the League. Gentlemen, our Wemby song has been played on KYYO 96.9 in McClearly, Washington. So now we're getting radio love for the Wemby song. It's making the airwaves now. We've been in 11 clubs around the world, hitting up 293 DJs. So that kind of shows you the power that we got here.
I'm from Motown, man. The original music play. You hear, you see me. I like the song. I'm not kidding. Every time it comes on, you see what I do.
Oh yeah, if you guys see it behind the scenes, man, you've seen Derek just getting down.
Every time it comes on, I like the song a lot.
You can get it wherever songs are available, like Apple, iTunes. You can get it on Spotify, wherever again songs are available. Go download it. That is the Wemby song, The Crown, STL SOTB collaboration. More songs to come. We've got 2-0 as well. That's out as well. So again, shows you what we are doing here at Sweep the League. Don't forget, tomorrow we're drawing. College Football 25 is released, and we're giving one lucky winner a copy of College Football 25 tomorrow. We will announce the winner when we announce it. Just hit us up in the DMs. Hit up myself, Coach Gio. Hit us up. We'll get in contact with you. We'll get back with you. That winner will get a copy of College Football 25. Maybe you can play
game.
Gio. Oh, I know. I saw you playing it. I saw you lose. So
no. First of all, I won, Rudy. Let's get that off. I actually
you won.
the game.
I don't know. I thought
last second. Rudy didn't. He watched the video but didn't have his audio on. So
I had it on. You said this is for the game. Do they win? You said
and that's for the touchdown.
I didn't know that was you. When you say do they win, I'm assuming it was the person you were playing online. So I'm
Rudy,
sorry.
go watch the video again and see what I'm actually doing. So
that was more clear than Dez catching the ball. So I mean, I will say that much when it comes to you playing that game, man. But again, College Football 25 is coming out tomorrow. We're gonna get one lucky winner, and actually, we've got another giveaway. You got to be a subscriber to YouTube. Plus, you've got to kind of comment on the stream here saying you've seen the contest. July 22nd, Monday, we're giving away an Amazon gift card to a lucky winner. $25 Amazon gift card. All you got to do is just be a listener to Sweep the League. Be a subscriber on YouTube. Listen to Sweep the League. Drop some comments. Be involved. We got a lot of giveaway. Plus, we just announced the Madden giveaway August 16th. We're drawing a winner for Madden, a copy of Madden, whether it's be Xbox or PlayStation. One lucky guy out there or female will get a copy of Madden as well. So we're just giving away the farm right now at Sweep the League. This next segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting and La Cocina Taco Trucks. Best quesadillas. I don't care what Gio says. Best quesadillas. Street tacos are located at La Cocina Taco Truck in New Braunfels. A short drive from everywhere in the surrounding area. Hit up Louie and the staff. La Cocina Taco Truck. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Like I said, this next segment is brought to you by both MCS General Contracting and La Cocina Taco Truck. We've got a comment, AMA here. First off, Jacob Eric wanted to know about Kawhi. Yeah, he was ranked pretty damn low. Tim was asking about Caleb Williams. Don't get me started on Caleb Williams. Please don't get me started on Caleb Williams. Tim's asking, should college sports have the transfer portal at the end, I guess the end of the season or out of the season end, not when they have bowl and tournament games. So basically make the college portal like a free agency at the end of the season. First off, college portal. What are you guys thinking on this college portal? I've always said I like it where I don't think the coaches like it. We've seen a lot of coaches, complain about it. Well, but should it be an end of season type thing only to where it doesn't affect bowl games and everything?
The coaches need to stop because I've seen several coaches say, I'm not going anywhere. Right, Derek? And then 5 minutes later, they're on their way somewhere else. I'll never forget that coach for the Atlanta Falcons. What was his name?
Bobby Petrino.
Petrino says, I'm not going anywhere. And the next, he's in Arkansas literally the next day.
Wasn't he on Arkansas or motor?
Arkansas, Louisville at the time. Because he left more than once, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was
more than
Louisville
once, and
and Arkansas.
he also had that weird picture because he had an accident because he was dating a woman. Anyway, enough about the Falcons and former coaches.
Whoa!
The whole
He was like the Falcons coach for 5 minutes. Don't put him in that group.
Hey, he's one of the best Falcons coaches of all time. No, but I'm just kidding. The timing situation is interesting because it kind of works both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I could see it happening before bowl games, continuity, the focus of players, as well as just stability amongst the teams. But it also makes sense for keeping it for timing wise because you want these players to make these decisions early so that way they can do what they have to do
next year. Yeah,
exactly. So I see both parties. I mean, look, we saw what happened in the bowl game, Rudy, against Florida State and Georgia.
Yeah.
There were guys who were transferring. Some guys didn't want to play. And then Georgia took Florida State back to the woodshed and took care of business. But
Jordan
it
Travis plays. It's a different game.
Hey, Tim, that's a good question. Players
that's not a different
play,
game, Rudy. That's going to happen still.
That's a good question for the players that played at Colorado when Deion was on his way in.
Yeah.
Give those guys an opportunity.
Exactly.
Deion, I mean, half those players, I mean, I don't even think Derek, half those players weren't, none of the players were on the team. Probably a handful were actually the ones previously from the season before because Deion comes in and says, hey, good luck.
Yeah, that's what he told him.
That's terrible, man. To me, that bothered the hell out of me because I get it. You're a brand new coach, but there's one big thing that I had a problem with is Colorado's not an NFL team. You can't go in there and just say, beat it. I've got my own guys. That's terrible for that. That's
I get
a horrible
what you're
look.
saying, Rudy, but that's Deion. He's coming in. He's a culture setter. He's setting the culture. He says, hey, that losing that's been happening here isn't going to happen under my watch.
It didn't stop. They still lost.
They did, Rudy, but guess what?
Mean,
No. I completely agree with you. But Derek, going into Colorado, you know how many celebrities went to those games that were not going the year before? It's completely different, Rudy.
I agree with the move. I just don't agree with the way he handled it.
Yeah.
Because you are still talking about young people. And you're going to make your moves is fine. But to do it the way he did, he basically told those guys, y'all can just, I don't know where you're going, but you're getting out of here. And I think, he could have handled that better. It kind of reminded me with LeBron, those are two worst moves I've seen. The LeBron situation when he was going to Miami and the way Deion handled that. I'm not saying it was wrong for him to send those guys on their way, but the way he handled it, I thought, for my opinion, could have been handled a little better.
Oh, yeah, no, I think there's definitely an opportunity of him to really set the stage. But for the coaching part, coaches have been doing this whole thing for a long time.
Yeah.
There was a coach at Colorado. What was his first name? Rudy something Tucker. He was a coach at Georgia. He goes over to Michigan State. He literally leaves overnight from Colorado.
Mel Tucker? Was it Mel? Yeah.
Mel Tucker. He goes to Michigan State, and then Derek, that whole thing that happened at Michigan State got real dirty quick. Yeah. Now he's out of a job, and now I think it's going to court, right? That whole thing where they let him go, and he was supposed to be let go, but the coaches have always been leaving overnight, so the coaches shouldn't care anymore.
And the whole Colorado thing, this is the problem, is you're a college coach. You've got the kids there. And the way Deion did it, basically, hey, take a hike. We don't need you no more. I've got my own guys. These are not professional athletes. NIL wasn't involved right at that time, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't really kicking off. These are college kids. These are students who are still trying to get mentally strong for that next level to have a chance to play at a professional level. They don't want to be treated like an NFL player saying, you know what, here's your pink slip. Get out of here. I don't need you. That's a confident killer for me as a player. Like, wait a minute, I'm your best player on your damn team from last year, and you're kicking me out
with nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
But let's be real, Rudy. That team went 1-11. I mean, 1-11. There were no best players on that team.
But it goes back to what Derek just said. What I was going to say too was, you walked in without giving them the heads up. Hey, you're probably not going to be kept here with I'm coach. He basically walked in, beat it. They didn't have an opportunity to go to another school.
But some
and get
players did
settled.
stay, though. To be fair,
yeah.
a few did stay, Rudy, and they were able to still make the team. So
Well, that's like evicting you without a 30-day notice, man. It could turn your life a little upside down.
you know, back to Rudy real quick. Derek, do you agree that Shador Sanders will not be a top prospect coming out?
After Bronny, I think he will be a top prospect, but I don't think he is as good as some people say he is. I'm not a Shador. I don't think Shador is a top quarterback, but he'll get the recognition. He'll get drafted probably first or second round because he's Deion's son.
Yeah, Shador is going to get a lot of love. He's going to be a media darling, and he's going to be drafted in the first round. And I'm going to sit back and laugh because, again, another mistake of a player being drafted where they're not supposed to be drafted.
I don't think so, Rudy.
You like him, Gio?
I do like him. He got thrown in to a fire at Colorado State. At Colorado. And look, his first game, he goes into TCU, a team that just went to the national championship. And yes, they did get destroyed. But a team that gets there and they go on the road and beat them. A lot of those games last year were actually fairly close. Had chances to win. Yeah, they got blown out against Oregon, and as well as Washington State put a lot of points on them. But I think Shador got thrown in, and I thought he played very well with an offensive line that was horrendous. That was not what it is now. I think we're going to see a different Shador. And guess where he plays? In the Big 12. They don't play any defense over there anyway. So
he shouldn't have a problem being one of the dominant players in. He should be able to put up stats if there's no defense in the Big 12.
Caleb Williams put up a lot of stats as well, Rudy, and he was the number one pick.
Caleb Williams played at USC. Shador Sanders is playing at Colorado. If Shador, and I've said it before, if Shador Sanders wants to be successful, his ass is on a plane playing for somebody else in a better school. He needs to get off. He needs to get off his dad's back, man. He needs to be coached by somebody else other than his dad.
His dad knows what he's doing, Rudy.
No, his dad's never played quarterback. You're asking a defensive player, punt returner, kickoff returner to coach a quarterback.
Regardless, his dad's been in those locker rooms with every position player. He's been in the NFL long. He's been around the league for a long time. I would rather be coached by my dad, who's been there and done that, and guiding me through. Sure, Deion's ways are unorthodox, and he says a lot of stuff. Yada yada yada. He's on Twitter too much as well. He needs to get off. But I think his son, I see it, and we're gonna see this year in the Big 12 what he's all made of.
They're picked to win 5 games.
That's what I was gonna say, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
And, you go back to, it's his dad. Deion's his dad. He knows what he's doing. He's going to set him up, yada, yada. Well, we're kind of seeing how that's working out for Bronny. It's not really working out for Bronny.
First of all, that is so different, Rudy.
How is it different? How is it different?
Shador actually played a full season. He
played
several
and it wasn't
seasons.
a great season at all.
But he played several seasons. And he also played in his first season. He actually played very well. I mean, obviously the competition was very different. But Bronny's barely played any collegiate games. At least Shador actually has a resume to speak of.
Shador Sanders' success was at Division II. Right or not?
Well, not really Division II, but yeah.
HBCU, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, not big time Division I is what it is. That's basically what it is. So last year he had an okay season. Nothing that would make you think he would be a first round draft pick. I had Shador last year for a long time I had him as undraftable.
You had him 6th or 7th round at near the end of the year.
Yeah, at the end of the year, I put him at 6 or 7. But for the majority of the year, I had him as undraftable.
Rudy also said Caleb Williams is a 5th round grade or a 4th round grade. Come on, Rudy.
Watch it.
Now with that talent, okay, I'm going to watch with that talent in the next several years. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see on the Caleb. But
so, Gio, you think Caleb Williams is going to be a success?
He's strength of juice.
they're putting the talent around him in Chicago. They're putting pieces. It matters where you go. I don't love their coach, Eberflus, whatever his name is. I would rather them go get an offensive-minded head coach. I'm not a fan of him, but they're putting the pieces around him. He's going to play well. And look, he's a rookie, so take it for what it is.
What is a successful season for Caleb Williams? What would he need to end his year with to be successful?
I think he can potentially have a total of 30 touchdowns. He's going to have some on the ground, and he's going to have some throwing as well. I think he's going to have those opportunities in that offense. Now, Shane Waldron is going to have to put him in spots where he can succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest Shane Waldron fan, but I just think Caleb has pieces there. I get it. His attitude stinks, and he does things that are...
We'll just say what it is.
Are all over the place. But Aaron Rodgers also says a lot of crazy stuff over the years, but obviously he's a made man. But look, let's see Caleb. I just think Shedeur has what it takes. We can't say no to Shedeur off of one season.
I don't know, Derek.
Because you also said Carson Beck wasn't the man in Georgia, Verdi, and he's going to be a top 5 pick next year.
Going into the season,
I don't see C.J. Stroud in either one of them, Shedeur or Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I've never seen that at all.
I think Caleb Williams kind of regressed as his college career went on. To be honest, I think he was better to follow the previous year than he was his senior year.
Well, maybe if his defense can make a tackle. I mean, they're down 21 early. It seems like every game because their defense can't stop nobody.
Well, we're going to find out because this is a step up without a doubt. You know what they say, bigger, faster, stronger. So we're going to find out.
And
we're going to find out.
The Bears, you can't use the defense card on the Bears. The Bears have a defense.
Oh, no. I don't normally use that. Normally that card in the end. But in college, let's be fair, his defense was just horrendous. And also his coach doesn't even talk to defenses. He's coaching college. He'll talk.
Is his ceiling higher than Geno Smith? Shit, I'm talking about Caleb.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's
higher.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
Is Shedeur ceiling higher than a Donovan McNabb?
Oh, God, no.
Well, I mean, Donovan is a made man. Listen, let's see this season, Shedeur. Let's see what he does. All right. I think he could be that guy. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I just want to see him another year under that. And he has some new teams he's playing. He's got a tough schedule in the Big 12. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we got a comment from Tim. But before we go, we got one more commercial break. When we get back, we'll end Sweep the League here on our last segment where we got to take this quick commercial break. We got some great topics tonight. So I like that Derek mentioned the Donovan McNabb thing because that kind of brings up a little bit more for Caleb and for Shedeur. We'll get into more comments here when we get back. It is Sweep the League. Rudy Campos Jr., Coach Gio, and Hall of Famer Derek Gervin will be back.
I'm trying to get.
Can you imagine a world where nature meets wellness, where every sip you take nourishes your body and soul? Introducing Special Leaf Tea, a line of 100% natural, ready-to-drink iced teas crafted to boost your immunity and energy. With 4 unique flavors to choose from, as in hibiscus blueberry, tangerine ginger, pomegranate blueberry, or the original, you can indulge in the perfect blend of taste and nutrition. Their teas are carefully crafted with 2 times the antioxidants and no added sugar. They're known to help with blood pressure, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, cholesterol, weight management, and even provide natural energy without caffeine. Join the movement towards natural wellness. Order now at www.specialleaf.com and start sipping your way to a healthier, happier you. Special Leaf Tea. Nature in every sip. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Spurs fans, are you ready to stay ahead of the game of the San Antonio Spurs with the best coverage in the business? Tune in to Locked On Spurs, the daily podcast that brings you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and all the latest news and updates for your silver and black. Join Jeff Garcia, the most informative and entertaining host in the game, as he breaks down all Spurs news and notes, interviews the biggest names, and keeps you locked into all things Spurs. From Monday to Friday, get ready to start your day with the best Spurs coverage in the business. Don't miss out on the expert opinions, the hot takes, and the can't miss guests. Make sure you're locked in with Locked On Spurs. Subscribe to their YouTube channel now and stay ahead of the game all season long. Locked On Spurs. It's the best Spurs coverage in the business. Don't miss out.
Pops the mastermind, got the team what we need. 5 rings deep, we the dynasty kings. From the Alamo Dome to the banners we bring. Respect the
All right, the latest drop right there, 2-0 from STO and SOTB. This is Sweep the League, our last segment tonight. We're going to get into some more college football talk when it comes to Shedeur Sanders as well as Caleb Williams' rookie season. Loving it, loving the talk we have right now. We got joined by Coach Gio and Hall of Famer Derek Gervin. It is Rudy Campos Jr. So we had Tim ask that question a little while ago, about the transfer portal, but also about Caleb Williams. Derek, you mentioned Donovan McNabb, with Shedeur Sanders. I started thinking about it over the commercial break. And this last segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting, Special Leaf, and La Cocina Taco Truck. I'm thinking about it. Which one has the higher ceiling, Shedeur or Caleb? Because I think I've got Caleb being drafted higher. I had a 5th round grade on him, but I've got Shedeur at 6'7", 6th or 7th round. But who's going to have the higher ceiling out of those two guys? I think that's the question we need to ask, because Shedeur is going to be a pro, next year? So who's going to have the higher ceiling? That's the question I think we should be asking.
Well, you got to get with the right team first. That tells a lot. But Shedeur, man, I don't know. Some people are probably going to compare him. I'm not going to say he's on that level because we know the guy's MVP. But he has some skills, I guess, like a Lamar Jackson. I would say he's a better passer than Lamar as far as throwing in tight windows, but I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I think I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. He's a good athlete, but he's kind of stiff to me. I would say I would say Shedeur would probably have a better career. I'm going to be honest. For me, it would be Shedeur.
And let's not forget real quick, Gio, that Deion's come out and said that he technically not really demanded, but he wants Shedeur to go to either Atlanta or Dallas, teams that Deion has played, San Francisco maybe. But let's be honest, man, the Patriots are probably going to be at 1. You're probably going to see Carolina there, but they've got Bryce Young. They're not going to take Shedeur Sanders. Another team that may be there in the quarterback range, you could possibly see the Cardinals there, possibly. The Giants, I know we mentioned Daniel Jones a lot, but these are teams that are probably going to be in the top 3 where Shedeur may have to go, or in the top 10 may have to go, because the hype around him being Deion's son, he's not going to have success in New England. So Derek's right. The team that he goes to has to be the right team.
Yeah, look, Lamar Jackson, when he came out, there were a lot of people that said he should play receiver. There's been GMs who came out said he should play receiver, not quarterback. And Lamar's already won 2 MVPs. Look, I'm not saying Shedeur's going to be, Hall of Fame, all that stuff. I just
top
think
5 athlete, Tom Brady. Yeah, it's not gonna be that.
No. But who has a higher ceiling? Shedeur would probably have a higher ceiling because of his legs, his ability to move out the pocket. He can really, Caleb, to Derek's point, is a bit of more stiff. Also, Caleb, to me, sometimes looks like he has a gut or something. I don't know. But Shedeur probably has the higher ceiling just because of his legs, his dad. I just think overall his athletic ability. He has a good arm. He can sling it. So
yeah, again, I'm not saying anything negative. When I give grades out, when I see stuff, It's a grade. I mean, hell, Joker was a second round pick. We see how he was. There's guys that are drafted late that deserve, in the end of the day, they were first round picks or number one picks sometimes. But just because I gave Caleb a 5th round grade and I'm giving Shador a non-draftable grade and then a 6th and 7th round grade doesn't mean anything. What it comes down to is what both of you guys are stressing, and that's the team. Which team does he go to? Now, for whatever reason, if the Cowboys are there and you are talking about you've got to replace Dak and Dion sells Jerry on Shador and they take Shador, does that mean he's not successful in Dallas? It doesn't mean that. I mean, it could be the right situation, the right time. It goes back to the Derek Jeter part that we talked about earlier. The right position, the right place at the right time. And that could definitely be the difference maker for a Shador Singh. Easily.
Yeah, I mean, right place, right time. It's where you get drafted, right?
Cardinals or Broncos? Shador on your radar?
Hey, I'm sure Broncos country wouldn't mind having a young quarterback there. Look,
stays home basically.
Gio, I can see him there with the Broncos.
Yeah, but you have Bo Nix. You have Bo Nix. You just drafted him.
But
Rudy, you love Bo Nix. I don't.
It's a competition. Sometimes you gotta have competition.
Bo Nix like 30 years old. He's played in college for like 10 years already. I don't know. I just never been a big fan of Bo Nix. Rudy loves him, but I don't.
He said 30.
I saw him play at Auburn. I saw him play at Auburn. Then he had 2 years at Oregon. He had all these red shirts. I'm like, dude, how long are you playing?
30 years old. He's still a top 100 athlete. I don't know why ESPN left him off.
Do you think if Shador ends up going to the Broncos, Sean Payton's the coach?
Oh, man. If Sean Payton's the coach, I don't think.
You don't think so?
I don't think he takes Shador.
I do. He had a 5'5" quarterback, Drew Brees.
Yeah, but Shador's no Drew Brees.
But I'm saying Shador can run. He can. I got to give a guy some credit now. He can get out the pocket and all that. If I'm a coach, I'm gonna take a chance. It's not like Sean Payton's gonna be coaching another 20 years. Sometimes you have to take that gamble. And Shador, what better guy to gamble on than a guy that's already in Colorado?
Yeah,
Sean does put a lot of pressure in his quarterbacks. You saw what happened with Russell Wilson. Though, listen, Russell had a good. If you look at his statistics, Rudy, Russell Wilson had a really good year. So Sean's going to get the most out of his quarterbacks. If Sean's there, I think he can work with Shador. It depends where he goes, right? If he goes to the Giants with Brian Daboll, Brian Daboll always strikes me as a coach that doesn't want a young quarterback, but he's probably forced to, obviously, by ownership. And if he goes to the Patriots, I don't know.
I like the Patriots there. I really do like the Patriots. But again, if you're looking at Patriots, I mean, isn't Drake May there? I mean, that's
the thing. Drake May's already there. It has to be a situation. What other team, Rudy, potentially, if Kyler Murray, your favorite quarterback, ends up getting shipped out, depending on what happens to the Cardinals. The Cardinals could be in play there. I'm trying to look at another team.
I'll give you 2 teams that I think are in play. Well, actually, I'll give you 3 teams that are in play, in my opinion, right now. And I'll rank them. At number 3, I actually go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as being a spot. With Baker Mayfield there, I know you can get a younger quarterback there. I like him in Tampa. You still got, Mike Evans. He's older now, but I think Tampa might work for Shador. Number 2, I would go with the Raiders. The Raiders would be, you've got the life. The Dion loves the nightlife. Dion loves, the fame, the popularity, the spotlight on him. So I like the Raiders, but where I really like him the most at, man, now that I'm thinking about it, is it really, really a good idea? I really like him for Seattle with the receiving core they have there.
That was my first thought. Was Seattle? Yeah, that was my first thought.
Seattle, Denver. They took a step back last year with Geno. It's just to see what happens because remember, it's a new coach, right? New coaching staff, a new philosophy. Is Gino going to be the long-term look there? I don't think so. So, because these teams are probably going to have a bad record, Rudy, right? I mean, I would assume, unless you're trading up to go get Shador for whatever reason, but I think the Seahawks could be in play. Though I don't see them having a bad year, Rudy. Like, I think they'll have to trade up to probably get him.
I think they'll have a decent year, but I don't expect Shador to go in the top 10 pick-wise.
Top franchise quarterback. Oh, boy, Tim, I'm thinking that right as you wrote that. I swear. That's what I was going to ask you guys. Is he a franchise quarterback?
Nah.
Man, it depends on the team again, Tim. I mean, I can't say yes and I can't say no because a lot of times where you go matters. And it depends on the coaches and how they work with you. So I cannot say that he's not. I don't see it right now, but it's several guys I didn't see them being franchise quarterbacks, and then they proved me wrong. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say if he gets with the right organization, he can.
Russell Wilson, he was picked in the 3rd round. No one knew he was going to be a franchise. Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Tony Romo. Matt Hasselbeck was picked in the 6th round. I mean, there's so many guys that were picked that you just never quite know.
Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, Tom Brady. But that's what I'm saying.
Rich Gannon. Listen, Rich Gannon won an MVP. He was drafted in the 4th round. He didn't get a chance until late in his career.
I mean, Dak has had success. He's a 4th rounder. I mean, Tony Romo as well. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You've got when I give a grade to a quarterback or a player in general, quarterback, receiver, if I give a grade, it doesn't mean that I think they're crap. I just think that's where they're going to fall draft-wise because in the NFL, we all know it. We all cover the NFL. And it's safe to say that you can find the GOAT in the 6th round, wherever. You can find the best player in any round. That's why the NFL is so great. You don't have to get drafted in the 1st round, to be a success story. And that's why I have them there.
He'll be better. Hey, Tim, he'll be better than Ryan Leaf. How about that?
Oh, well, God. Yeah. Look, he'll be better than Jamarcus Russell. Like
Patrick Mahomes, right? He was picked.
He saw that.
Kansas City, Derek, moves up to get Patrick. No one thought Patrick Mahomes was going to be that. Andy Reid, it matters where you go, which I was confused, really.
Yeah. When Alex Smith.
When they moved up, and not that I was confused about the trade, when they moved up to get Patrick Mahomes, I thought to myself, oh, Andy Reid, he just stole one. But a lot of critics were saying, what is he doing? Why is he not going to play right now? Because he's not ready. The last game of that season, Patrick's rookie year, I saw him that last game, and he threw a party. I said, this kid's going to be special.
Yeah.
And look, meanwhile, the Bears go draft Mitch Trubisky from North Carolina. Another Tar Heel bust.
We don't claim him.
What a surprise.
We haven't really claimed any Tar Heel quarterbacks, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to leave it at that, man. He's just because Shador had successful UTSA, Syracuse, FSU, Tennessee. Again, I think if Shador leaves his dad's shadow and gets another coach in his ear, and I mentioned Oklahoma would have been a good place to go. I've even said Georgia. If he was to have gone to Georgia, just a year or two under some of these top Division I coaches that is not Dion, then I could see Shador taking the next step and being ready NFL wise. I just don't see it at Colorado, man.
Dion's put together a good coaching staff this season like he did last year. We'll see what it looks like. He has NFL coaches. Warren Sapp is on staff, coaching up the defensive line. I am not, listen, I'm not a Colorado fan. I don't claim to be. I have no stock in Colorado. Everybody knows I bleed red and black. Go Dogs.
Yeah, he does. He does. Derek, you got any parting words for anybody out there before we go out?
Well, Tim asked about, I think in Tennessee would have given Shador a pretty good opportunity to be successful. Yeah. So that was a quick answer. I'm not gonna give up on Shador, man. I think he's got a lot of skill, but it's just depends on where he goes. And I don't think either one of those guys are going to be a bust. Caleb Williams, I don't think is going to be a bust. And I don't think Shador's going to be a bust either. I think they'll have at least decent careers.
I mean, look at this. Tua, listen, really wasn't the biggest fan of Tua coming out when we had the draft show.
Yeah, I was.
He's about to get paid. So
yeah, definitely.
Is Tua worse than Jalen Hurts?
Oh my God! You had to end this show like.
Well, we can talk about that next time, but I just had to put that out there.
That's a good one.
Nick Saban, where are you?
Tua has a good coach. I mean, McDaniels puts him in. Listen, they put what 70? What was it? 60, 70 points on a team, Rudy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm gonna
winning
say
teams, but
I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts is a better QB, and I'm gonna say that. And you know what? I can't even say that confidently because both quarterbacks have massive amount of weapons. So it's kind of hard to say who's the better QB. But if I had to rank it, I'd give
Jalen.
Hurts because of success.
I'm going to give it to Jalen. Tua, I don't know if he's a lefty. I don't know. It's just, but
no, it's not the lefty thing.
He's still a really good quarterback. You know, we saw him in that playoff game in the cold. You know, South Florida doesn't particularly snow at all, so the offense as a whole got exposed in that game. But I think Tua's going to have a good year. He looks like he's in great shape coming in. So
I'll leave it at this. I take Jalen because Tua still, to me, hasn't been able to win the big game and beaten the better teams consistently. And at least Jalen has because, I mean, obviously Super Bowl. I mean, that's where I think Jalen Hurts. He's been able to beat some of the better teams in the league. So give me Jalen Hurts over Tua right now. But you had to end a show on that, Derek. That was a good one, man. That was a good curveball. That was a who threw the best curveball in baseball? I can't. Clayton Kershaw. That was a Clayton Kershaw curveball.
Yeah, it's just not in the playoffs.
Yeah, just not in the play. That was a regular season Clayton Kershaw curveball by Derek.
It stops curving when the playoffs.
Barry Zito had one. I remember Barry Zito. Jesus, his curveball was tremendous. But we're not throwing any more curveballs tonight. Tomorrow is Friday. It's College Football 25 release, so we are giving a copy away as promised to a lucky winner. We will announce the winner tomorrow here on Sweep the League, so be sure to be a subscriber on our YouTube. Follow the rules we have on Twitter as well, or X, or whatever it's called today. Post your team to get you a chance to win college football. Tag Gio and I on that as well, so that way you are entered in there for the chance to win college football 25. We'll be back tomorrow, and next week, fellas, we're gonna start talking a lot more football as training camp starts up here, ramping up. We've got Jill Jelnick going to be on with us as well. She covers the Tennessee Titans. We've also got other people coming on as well. So football right around the corner for Coach Gio. Hall of Famer. What's up?
Let me say this quickly before we go off. You know, we could talk about this maybe tomorrow, but you know one guy we didn't talk about?
Who's that?
Brandon Ayuk.
We did. We talked about him.
Requesting to be traded.
We will talk about it again.
The 49ers.
We'll talk about it again because we had a really good conversation at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, I missed that one because I want to hear what you guys think about that.
We can definitely say that. So tomorrow we'll get into more Brandon Ayuk talk as the trade. I don't know if it will happen, but it certainly could happen. So definitely we'll be back tomorrow for Coach Gio, for Hall of Famer Derek Irvin, Rudy Campos Jr. Until we sweep the league again. Catch you later, knuckleheads.
Everybody have a good night. Stay safe.
I'm talking about Wemby, the next in line, future of the league.